So we're looking at something a little different today. Usually, it's these heavy research papers, tech specs. But today we've got a stack of internal strategy documents for a law firm, Cave Law Group, out of Aurora, Colorado.
And before you think, why do I care about a law firm's content calendar?
Stick with us.
Because it's actually a case study in psychology.
Exactly. It's about how a firm tries to dismantle the biggest fear people have about lawyers.
Just being processed by a machine.
Right. The strategy doc even uses this term boutique, not in an expensive way, but more like anti-industrial.
Right. The whole thesis in these documents is avoiding that file number feeling.
Yeah.
Most people assume if you hire a lawyer, you're just, entering a meat grinder. You're just a case ID.
You'll never talk to the actual attorney.
Exactly. And Cave Law's whole strategy is to flip that. They're selling recovery and peace of mind, not just scorched earth litigation.
Which is so interesting because the usual marketing play is all aggression. We fight for you, the hammer. This suggests that real competence brings calm, not more drama.
It's a subtle flex. The documents point to their background in high-stakes litigation, but they frame it as a shield.
Like, we know how to fight, so you don't have to worry about it.
Precisely. It's about lowering the client's cortisol levels, not spiking them.
Okay, so let's dig into the educator section of their calendar. This is where the practical value really comes in. They have a post about 3 things never to say to an insurance adjuster.
Oh, this is a big one. And honestly, most people fail this test immediately.
I believe it. The first one is the trap of saying, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, which sounds so harmless. It's a totally natural human reflex.
You don't want to make a fuss.
Exactly. But strategically, it's a complete disaster. Adrenaline masks, pain. Injuries might not even show up for 48 hours. If you go on record saying, I'm fine 5 minutes after a crash.
You just handed them the evidence to deny your claim next week.
You got it.
The second one is even harder to swallow. I'm sorry.
The politeness trap. Socially, sorry means I acknowledge this is an awful situation.
But legally.
Legally, it can be twisted to mean I accept liability.
And the third.
Yes, I'll give a recorded statement.
Oh.
Hard no. The strategy's clear. The firm handles those calls. The client focuses on healing.
That makes perfect sense. You're an amateur stepping into a professional's arena.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of ties into their section on thought leadership, specifically about settlements. There's this idea from, movies, that settling means you gave up.
The big dramatic courtroom speech.
Yeah. You didn't get your big moment in front of the jury.
Which is such a dangerous misconception. They work really hard to destigmatize the word settlement. A trial is uncertain, it's stressful, it's slow. A good settlement is certain.
But to get that good settlement, you have to be willing to go to trial.
Now, that's the paradox they lean right into. Their litigation readiness is the leverage. Insurance companies know they're prepared to go to court.
So the insurers are more likely to offer a fair settlement just to avoid the cost and risk of that trial.
Being ready for war is the only way you secure peace.
Speaking of war, the content for week 2 pivots hard.
Trucking accidents, yeah.
And this is where the friendly neighbor tone shifts to technical expert.
It has to. They make a great point that a truck crash is not just a big car crash.
You're dealing with different rules.
You're dealing with federal motor carrier safety regulations, black box data, maintenance records, multiple layers of corporate insurance. It's a different beast.
So if you treat it like a simple fender bender, you've already lost.
Precisely. And this is where they show that boutique doesn't mean small.
It means they have the big law toolkit.
But they deliver it with that local Aurora connection.
Which is that community angle I saw. Answering a question on a Tuesday, helping with medical bills. It's a strange mix, isn't it? High-level federal regulatory knowledge and Main Street empathy.
It is a synthesis. They're trying to be the neighbor who just happens to be a shark.
So let's pull this back for everyone listening. Why does this matter if you aren't in Colorado or looking for a lawyer?
I think it points to a shift in what we value in professional services. We spent the last decade trying to automate everything, making it scalable.
And impersonal.
Totally impersonal. And now the premium product is, what? Access.
Just having someone who will pick up the phone.
I think so. In an age of AI and massive aggregators, maybe the true luxury isn't the biggest building or the flashiest website. It's just having someone who knows your name.
Something to think about. Thanks for diving